Today we have your favorite Honda Foreman 2018 year model with a completely shot rear axle left side wheel bearing. Yes, as you can see, that's seal is hanging down on the shaft, and in this video I'm going to share with you everything as usual in details, how to replace the bearing on Honda Foreman, everything you need to know, torque specs, tools. Yeah, we'll cover every single detail. Without further ado, let's get started. Here we go. I'm going to jack it up my ATV and put it on a jack stand. And this video, as usual on this channel, we're going to do this repair in details, covered everything you need to know, without skipping or missing or rushing any important steps. Yeah, that's the dust seal, which one prevents any moisture and dirt debris getting inside the tubing, and bearing is gone. There's no bearing left, it's completely destroyed. Well, let's take a tire off, 17 millimeters socket and trusted rigid impact. If you don't have a power tools, just break those lug nuts on the ground. Yes. Alright, now we can see what's happening. We have a little bit of play, and that's how it looks like. You see the hub is still in place. We have a crown nut, and that's our seal, which is going to be replaced. Okay, side cutters, let's remove that cutter pin, straighten up the ends of the pin to make them straight and lined up. It will help to pull that pin out. Guys, this video is only for demonstration purposes. Way I do it, what works for me. Yeah, alright. Now we're straight enough. Let's hammer that pin out just enough to be able to grab it with the pliers on the other end and pry it out like so. Beautiful. We're going to put a new one. We're not going to reuse the old one. Alright, 30 millimeters deep socket. Any so 30 millimeters will work. And yeah, impact to help. Let's take that axle crown nut off. Here we go. No stress, easy. Gloves, and pull the wheel hub off the axle. As you can see, we have a bearing inner collar still on the hub. We have to remove that. It's coming in a few minutes, and that is our seal. Yeah, seal will get replaced, as I said, and there is no anything left from the bearing, just the inner and outer racers. They're all needle bearings are completely gone. Yeah, as you can see, we can reuse this hub. Nothing's wrong with that, honestly. Let's put it aside for now and take a look how it looks on a shaft part. There's a spacer. Yeah, splines are okay, all good, and we have threads. They're not damaged. Everything's pretty clean, and we have an inner racer. You can see that guy. We have to extract that. Oh, actually, it's outer racer, pardon me, from the tubing, and that's where new wheel bearing will go. Let's do a little bit of cleanup, clean all that rust and debris. We'll get back to it later. Yeah, guys, if this video is helpful, informational, educational, or just interesting to watch, put a thumbs up. Thank you so much for doing that. All right. Well, this is our hub with a bearing inner racer. As you can see, it's scored. Pretty rough shape. Not a big deal. Let's just finish our cleaning. It will help us to get that outer racer out. Just collecting all that grease, all that whatever was applied to the splines. Okay, I have my hub in a vise. Now I'm heating up with a torch. As you can see how it's going cherry red. That's what we want. Just be careful not to cut it through. Just heat it up to the hot, and there are the pipe pliers to help. When metal is hot, it expands, and just enough to take it off. As you could see, pretty easy, pretty simple. Now we have the bearing inner collar removed from the hub, and yeah, okay. That's one step at a time. Let it cool down. We'll take a time, no rush. Okay, our liquid wrench penetrating oil. Let's just sprinkle a little bit, spread the top on that outer racer. I will tell you, it's sitting tight there. Okay, let's really locate our left side jack stand. Jacking it up a little bit, because we have to remove that tubing. Okay, I'm putting the jack stand for my own safety a little bit to the front under the frame. Now we have a better access to the axle tubing. Okay, taking my floor jack. I would never trust hydraulic jacks. They're not trustworthy. Okay, safety goggles. Let's just do the cleanup around the mounting bolts. As you can see, there is a plastic shield on the bottom and lots of dirt and debris build up over time. Now we have to remove those 4 bolts to get the tubing out. For my personal reference, I like to make the reference mark and put parts the same way I removed. Okay, 14 millimeters deep socket, and I'm using a 1/2 inch rigid impact. As you can see, I'm removing those bolts on a cross pattern. Just gradually release the clamping force. Pipe wrench, we need it to turn it a little bit counterclockwise, going like 45 degrees to 9 o'clock. Right there. Here we go, to align the profile shape of the tubing with the opening slot and our blue Mastercraft helpful pry bar. So just carefully pry out that tubing. There's a rubber o-ring sealing that tubing to the rear differential housing. Wiggle wiggle, and here we go. That's what you see, it's a part of the bearing caps hanging on the axle shaft. Here we go. We're not going to reuse them. We're putting in new bearings. Alright, that's what's also left from the bearing. As you can see, quite a bit of flaky rust inside. Before assembling, we're going to clean everything up, make sure everything's ready for the installation. Here we go. Rubber o-ring, we'll get to it later during the installation process. And now let's see what we have on the side of the differential aluminum housing. A little bit of rust, of course, some moisture we're able to get in, but we don't have any leaks from the differential axle seal itself, which is good. We just have a little bit of dirt. Let's do the cleanup, and yeah, we have to extract that outer bearing racer. It's still sitting tight. That what exactly we're going to do in a few seconds from now. Everything's easy when you know how to do it. All right, let's get that knocked off. Okay, I have a 2x6. I have a punch, and let's set my punch on the edge of the outer bearing racer, and yeah, I think there's 4 pounds hammer, and I'm doing it on a cross pattern, like 6, 12, 9, 3, and go around. As you can see, it's already popping out. You strike it hard with a hammer, get a good grip. Let's turn it upside down, knock it. Done. It wasn't that difficult. Honestly, I thought it will be much more difficult, but that's it. Yeah, inner and outer racers, they served well, but they're not going to be used any longer. Yeah, as you can see, edge is good, tubing is not damaged. Yeah, dirty, we don't care. And now I will just go with a light sandpaper. I think it's a 1500 grade. Just take all that rust, blow it with the compressed air. We'll do the same cleanup on another side. Make sure won't get damaged. That rubber o-ring, yeah, just go lightly and scrape all that flaking loose dust, dirt. Yeah, we should be good as new. All right, our favorite brake and parts clean. Let's spray it, make sure we washed all that residue, whatever grease is there, and make it ready for assembly. Always try to do the best, do the clean job. It always pays back. Okay, compressed air to get everything's blown out. Yeah, guys, if you have any comments, questions, critics, suggestions, recommendations, concerns, put everything down in the comment section below under the video. I will do my best to read all of your comments. Okay, here's the part we're going to use. Moose Racing, that's a part number. Yeah, that's what I got. There's a 2 bearings for left and right. We're working, as you could see, on the left side, and the 2 seals. I use the proper part. Yeah, one will fit better than another. You will figure it out, and we'll find the right seal and check with this whatever we have left from an old seal. Okay, we're going to use this bearing. It's proper size. Let's open it up. Also, I will put parts number and all specs down in the description below under the video. Check it out. Yeah, nice and clean. That's what we have. Yeah, I would definitely recommend you to go and use the Honda OEM parts, but it's always your choice. I'm using not OEM parts. That's fine. Yeah, that's bearing feel is going right there. Yeah, and it's pretty straightforward. As you can see, I push it a little bit in by hand. Just start it straight. I have my 2x6 on the bottom, and same size as a bearing, just slightly down. 1 5/8" socket, just perfectly covering over the outer racer of the bearing. Just hair off the tubing diameter and try to strike it straight, hard, to get the bearing go in straight. Soon as it's in like that, it's easy to keep it driving the bearing inside the tubing straight. But main thing, make sure you start bearing straight, not crooked on an angle. That way it will get wedged and might be difficult to correct it. Okay, we're almost there. As you can see, we have to check it out from another side, see how we're doing. It needs to go all the way down to the lip. We'll show you in a few seconds. You can see it from inside of the axle tubing, and just go consciously tapping. You'll see when it's going in, and you see that bulge, right? Okay, let me give you a better look, as we usually do. Make sure you can see and understand for yourself. Okay, it's almost there, just a hair. I will drive it in. Yeah, beautiful, it's getting there. We're replacing the axle wheel bearing on Honda Foreman. Yeah, and if this video will save you a few dollars and you learn something, that is fantastic. Let's see how we're doing. Be careful not to damage that plastic bearing seal. That seal prevents any grease and dirt and debris, water getting inside the bearing. washing out grease. Seal is very important. Keep it intact, make sure it won't get damaged, and this bearing is not greasable. It's greased at the factory. They put those plastic seals, and that's it. Lifetime. Okay, yeah, perfect socket. You can find a similar one, and this is our dust seal. Let's see what diameters we have and thickness. I'm just going to compare. Yeah, and it's just slightly different height, as you can see. Let's see what we had. This one a little taller. Okay, we're going to put this guy, and it will do it. That is exactly what we need. Yeah, just about right. Yeah, here we go. New seal needed to prevent any dirt and moisture getting in. Yeah, I will save that one for another time. Alright, same way as we put our bearing, we're going to put a seal. Yeah, I checked hub diameter. It's the same, will work. And let's just place our seal straight and push it with the fingers. Make sure it goes flat, straight, and I'm carefully tapping just the edge of the seal, avoiding damaging the lip. There's a special seal installer tool, but if you do it carefully enough, you'll find. Just try to tap it on the outer edge of the seal. As you can see, it's not a rocket science. Yeah, seal is almost in. I just placed our same socket we use for the bearing installation and just drive that seal a little bit more in. I'll show you just in a sec. Yeah, just slightly below the tubing level, just a little bit more in out. Looks good to me. Let's just check it out. Yeah, take your time, no rush. Everything needs to be assembled properly. Here we go, something like that, because we don't have that time to do the mistake. Nothing takes longer than same job you have to do twice. I'm going to seal the hair in just enough to cover the outer eraser. Okay, now it looks better. That way it will provide the perfect seal with the hub. Okay, let's just do a little bit more cleanup on the differential side before installing axle tubing. Yeah, a little bit or more rust to clean all the debris and rust. Wash it with a brake clean, wipe it with a paper towel. Make sure we have good contact on an o-ring, and yeah, we don't want that dirt stay covered up. Yeah, let's just clean the splines as well, wash the shaft. We'll apply the fresh grease, make sure it will be high quality repair, and this repair will last long. We're going to use the stopper bushing anti-seized compound. I'm going to use a silver, that's what I have. I will put a little bit of anti-seized on the splines and around the axle where that stopper bushing seat sits. That way everything will stay clean, won't get rusted. Yeah, there is a million ways to do the same repair. One way is better than another, more efficient, faster. Okay, we have that stopper color in. Here we go. Now we're going to put a little bit more anti-seize just on the outer surface of the color. Our silicone-based lubricant, this stuff you used on any rubber components, brakes. Okay, I'm applying a thin layer of silicone grease to that o-ring. It will soften it a little bit and make our installation much easier, and also silicone conditions the rubber, yeah, makes it last longer. Okay, same way as we remove that tubing, let's align the slots with the bolt holes and just push it in. I know it won't go easy, we have to use some force, but trust me, it will. Okay, here we go, push it. Nice. All right, as you can see, it's in. Let's just turn it counterclockwise 15 minutes, and we're ready for putting the bolts. Yes, well, we're more than half done. Our favorite pipe wrench, just turn it enough to line up those tubing holes with the differential. All right, sweet spot. Nice. Okay, that's in, and our reference mark, as you can see. I like to do reference marks, that way I know how it was installed. I'm putting the same way. Rubber millet, just tap it in and get it all the way to the stop. Okay, clean my bolts, water brush it, and my favorite brake clean. Nice. All right, make sure our heads are clean, holes are clean, threads, see, it was a little bit of dust inside. All right, I'm going to put the bolts by hand, couple threads. Don't use any power tools before you started bolts. Yeah, a little bit more, pull that plate out to get it started. Yeah, and all bolts are started. Few threads by hand. All right, I set it on auto, my impact, and I just will drive the bolt in without tightening it up. Lightly snag, and I go on a cross pattern. As you can see, that way we'll get even clamping force distribution. Yeah, here we go, something like that, and then I'm going to torque it. By the way, torque specs I found online, I will put them down in the description under the video below. Check them out if you need it, but I will recommend you always check your owner's service repair manual for proper specifications. All right, no problems. Let's torque the resistance properly on a cross pattern as well. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 55. Easy peasy. Okay, now time for the hub. As you can see, it's a little bit rough, not too bad. Actually, I thought it would be much worse. It looks way rougher than it is. 1500 grade sandpaper, and just take those burrs off, and yeah, it looks much worse than it is. But yeah, brake clean, let's wash it, whatever residue there, wipe it with a clean paper towel, and I tell you, it'll be okay. Will last. If you feel like you're ready to put a new hub, go for it, but I'm not going to do it. That's good enough for me. Yeah, it's nothing fancy about this 2018 Honda Rubicon. Little bit of silicone based grease that we need to add some lubrication to the seal lip. That's what it wants, and I'm putting right on the hub. It's not easy to put it on a seal right now, but put it on a hub. See how what I'm doing using my pinky. Yeah, you don't need much. Lots of grease will attract dirt. Dirt means abrasive components. Sand will shorten life of the seal, just enough to make it lubey. Okay, align the splines with the hub and get it on. It will go. It has no way to resist. As soon as it lines up, it will slide like a glove. When it's new glove, it doesn't slide as new. Okay, it's a new glove. Here we go. Now it's almost sit it. This is another camera angle shot. Okay, now we have to put it inside some more. Yeah, slowly tap it with a millet, turn it, and do it side by side. And you can see what I'm doing. 12, 6, 9, 3. Rotate, and we'll get it all the way in almost. And then will be the crown nut time. We'll put it, but yeah, let's wipe it, whatever extra grease got pushed out from the sill lip. Check it out. Pretty happy. Yes, I am happy. Looks good. Yeah. Let's rotate. Yeah. Almost there. Alright. Another shot from the angle. Yeah. Looped. Seal is happy. Since turning. Have to tell you, it has been almost a half a year after I did this repair. Now I'm editing. This ATV is good. Okay. Put a chunk of board and tapping on the board, hammering a little bit, and get it all settled down. This way I can distribute the impact force evenly to those studs and push that axle into that inner bearing racer. Okay, that's where it goes. It won't go any further, it will stop, and then what I can do is just put a nut. Yeah, okay. Put in a nut. If you have a new one, you can put a new one. I'm going to use the same one. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's line up the hole and torque it. I know it will go off. I'll say it in a minute. And we have to put a new cotter pin. Yeah, this hole is there. Just remember what it is. And now we're going to tighten up that nut and torque it to the required specifications. Torque specs will be down in the description below under the video. Okay, 30 mil. Perfect fit. Yeah, that's it. That's what we want to do. Okay, going to put a one lug nut on the stud. We'll see just in a few seconds why I'm doing that. Because you have to torque it when the tire is off. It's much easier. Alright, I have two lug nuts almost there. We don't need more than two. Here we go. Yeah, I found this way it works much better. As you can see, I'm just holding it up and push it down. It's not that difficult. And here we go. As soon as it torque, just use the braking bar to line up the pinhole just to the next opening on the crown nut. As soon as it lines up, if it's happy, it's needed. It's not that rocket science. Pretty easy. Yeah, let's see where we're at. Can we put a new pin or not? Or yeah, I just go to the next opening on a nut. Alright, and beautiful. As you can see, right on the money. Yes, now I can put a new cotter pin and call it done. That's what I want to see. Straight through. Here we go. Alright, let's do it. Okay, same way as we removed. Same size, similar style pin we're putting in. Don't reuse it, don't use nails, just use a proper pin. Get a kit from Princess Auto, Nap, or Lordco. They're cheap. Okay, hammer it in. So it snags. Let's just bend one end up. Bend it like so. Nice. And another end is slightly too long. What I'm going to cut it, shorten it out. Something like that. Too long for me. And bend it down. Yeah. It's going nowhere. It's going to stay. Let's push it a little bit more in, make sure nothing will get caught on it. Nice. Look at that. Well, nothing's difficult when you know how to do it. If it will help at least one day, one person, might be 2, 3, 4, 10, 100, that will be awesome. Yeah. All right, let's put our tire back, tied it up on a cross pattern. Nice, easy, as you can see. That's what I'm saying, it's hard to install that cotter pin when you have a tire off. That's why I torque it without a tire on the hub. Beautiful. Here we go. Is our lovely Honda Rubicon 2018 year model, aka Foreman. Yes, we're done. New bearing is installed. I have one more left for future use if I need it. Thank you so much, guys, for your time watching this video. Appreciated that. I have more ATV dirt bikes videos on the channel. I have next one for you to watch. There's a cart over there. Yeah, take care, everybody, and see you next one. Bye bye.